Your muscle cells only live for between 10 and 16 years. That might sound okay because, well, muscle cells, they're just going to divide and replace themselves. But here's the kicker. Skeletal muscle cells can't divide. And at about age 30, you start to lose somewhere between 3 and 8% of your muscle mass each year. But your muscle cells have a helper. There's what's called the basal lamina that wraps around each one of these muscle fibers. And if you didn't know, a muscle fiber is made up of little molecular engines that are composed of proteins called actin, myosin, and titin. These little molecular motors basically are right here in this strip, and they pull this side toward this side, or concurrently kind of squeeze it together, and they all act in unison, and that's what moves your bones around. But in the lamina here, there are what are called satellite cells. And satellite cells are actually activated by muscular damage and other cellular signaling. So these little satellite cells are just sitting out here waiting to be signaled. And then what they'll do is they'll move into the muscle cell that's been damaged, and then they'll actually differentiate and fuse with that muscle fiber, repairing it, rejuvenating it, and in some cases making it nearly immortal, meaning it can last your entire lifetime this way. But this doesn't happen automatically. You have to signal it by putting your muscles under tension and exposing them to muscular damage. And this is different than hypertrophy, but it requires the same stimulus. You need time under tension and eccentric contraction, something that is going to start that signaling process to wake up those satellite cells so they can make the repairs. This is the protective element of weight training as we age. Because these little cells out here, if you don't activate them on the regular, they actually can become permanently senescent. That means they go to sleep and they won't ever be active again. That means that resistance training is at least partially like a fountain of youth, at least for your muscles. As always, thanks for learning with me, and if you have a question, you know what to do.